What's up, guys? Gonna go over this matchup today. Seen a lot of people struggle with it lately, and I think it's it's a matchup that we should be winning 90% of the time if played correctly. So I just want to put this out here so to make sure we are playing it correctly and go over some of the nuances and the mechanics of this fight. I think it's going to help a lot of you out. You might already be winning, but just barely winning, but maybe you might see something different here that'll help you punch up a bit higher. I know I've done 90K punch ups with this team, and I know like my Mr. Fantastic 7 Red Star, and he helps quite a bit, and you're going to see here why. I'm not going to go over what ISO does. You guys already know that. I'm just going to quickly tell you what I've chosen here and why it differs from Reminex's tier list a bit. Because I know a lot of people are copying his spreadsheet, and well, for the most part, I agree with some of the how should I say? I agree with some of the ISOs he's put on those tunes. For this particular team and for what I use them for, I don't like some of the things he's chosen. So, like for example, Mr. Fantastic, I've gone with Striker on him, um, and Torch Fortifier, and I'll explain that when I get into the match. So I'm gonna take this was from today's war, yesterday's war. Um, it's gonna be a small punch up. It's not that big a deal, but it's not really about the punch up. It's about showing the turn order and what you should be doing and when, so you can come out on top, and kind of limiting uh, the RNG that because this matchup there is a bit of RNG, and we're just going to try to mitigate that by making certain plays. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and I'm going over it through a recording because I don't like to commentate while I'm playing live, especially in a war. So it's just easier for me to pause and go over certain things. So I'll go over it here. I'll get into the fight. Fast forward this. Okay. So initial drop. You're gonna take the first barrage from Marauders. Now, okay. So here's the thing. I chose Fortifier on Johnny Storm because he's pretty shitty at surviving. So even though it's only level 3, it's at least a small barrier. It helps in him surviving, and I really want him to live. Not for the ult really, because he can die, but I need him. I need him for the special. And if he ults, it's even better, which he does with me now. Since I put Fortifier on him, he ults quite a bit more often. And if you have like, I only have him at 5 red star, but if you have him like 6 and up, you're pretty good shape. But so I put Fortifier on him. I put Striker on Mr. Fantastic because really in this matchup, really you just want to kill Strife first, and like you want to nuke him as fast as possible because once he's dead, you're gonna win this match 90% of the time. So I built the ISO based off the turn order that this team plays on. So if Invisible Woman puts off her barrier because she's skirmisher, so if she puts vulnerable on Strife, which you're gonna see here, so we're just gonna basic off Torch uh, onto Strife, and they're gonna do their thing. And I put Raider on Namor, even though it's not critting because the game's bugged. But eventually, when they fix that, it's gonna make a huge difference. So we're gonna get the turn meter rewind. Hope to clear some buffs here. Cleared the ones off Strife. So now Invisible Woman's gonna bury. Do not special with her here. Okay? Don't ever special. There's 2 reasons for this. Even if you have like a million debuffs, Sinister is gonna clone. So you want to limit this RNG factor. when that happens by keeping everybody unstealth. So you want a barrier, even if they have immunity. Well, here I'm most of the time they'll have sometimes they'll have immunity, and you won't get the offense down, but sometimes you won't. But it's not really about that. It's about getting the barrier up first because you're going to be taking more debuffs afterwards, and then you want to save the special to clear that. So it's really more so for the Ultron bots, which you're going to summon in here, and Sinister's going to clone. Alright, so we have Vulnerable on him. Now this is why I put Striker on Mr. Fantastic. Mine is 7 red stars, but even if you have 5 red, 6 red, you still want to do this. You want to get the bonus attack off him and Ultron as fast as possible. You want to ult right away. I know he doesn't have defense up, and this clears defense up, but it doesn't matter. You want to just do the burst. So we're gonna go ahead and nuke him here. Boom. Bonus attack. Now we set up Ultron's ult to wipe him out completely off the board. And he's gone. Alright. And this is game. Right here, this is game. So Sinister's gonna ult here. Now he clone this is actually pretty much okay, this is the worst case scenario. I mean he could have cloned Ultron, maybe that's the worst case scenario, but I think Invisible Woman's is worse because she can stealth and you don't want that barrier, you just want to kill this guy as soon as possible. It's not a big deal because you're already still ahead and you can kill her pretty fast. So normally what I would do here is I would let me see here. Okay, so hopefully Johnny's gonna live, and he does live. Sometimes he does. They don't go for him. He doesn't get blinded, and you could just special onto Sinister if it was the Ultron bot cloned. Okay, but in this case, I have to go for Invisible Woman because I just want to kill her right away. There is no black and white way or kill order for this because, like I said before, there is a bit of RNG. If an Ultron bot is cloned, you're supposed to be focusing Sinister right now. Okay? So everything would be on Sinister, but in this case, since it's her, I can't special because he has blind, but you would special if he wasn't. Yeah. And like here, this turn here, when you have the stun available, if this was an Ultron bot, you'd be stunning Sinister, right? Because you don't want him to special, because it's just he has a special still up, so he's gonna want to heal. You don't want that to happen, so you stun him here. But in this case, I'm gonna stun her because she has her special, and you don't want that. So you gotta kind of play it by ear, and kind of use a bit of common sense, guys, and a bit of logic to how you want to play. Use your judgment when it comes to this fight. But really, once you get Strife down, it's easy. You're just gonna now focus Sinister. I'm gonna focus Sinister here. Everything's gonna go on him, and Ultron's gonna have some more bots coming in. Yup. And so I choose not to ult with Torch because they got defense up, and I don't really care if he dies. But I'm just gonna bank on it and hope that he. Normally I would ult, but it's not gonna do much with defense up. So I'm just hoping he can live another turn. I know it's a bit greedy. Yeah, you're just getting more board control now, and this is pretty much game. He's dead. From here, I start focusing on Sabretooth. Technically, I should be focusing on Sabretooth. I don't think I did in this match because he's the only AoE attacker left. Well, Mystique as well, but she chains. But I want to get rid of him because he keeps healing. But I decided well, she's taking a lot more damage than I thought, so she's not that strong. So I'll just finish her off because depending on the red stars, I might shift focus. So that's another thing. But normally I would leave Emma last, and I would finish these two off first. So this is pretty much done in the bag. And I know I said like this wasn't a big punch up, but I have punched up 90k on this team. But here in this case, this is the last attack of the day, and we had already lost Armory, and I actually failed trying to punch up 70k without arming, which was stupid, but I'm showing you what to do now and what not to do. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Let me know what you guys think. DM me if you have any questions. Let's not lose to this anymore.